Okay, welcome to a Sunday night stream and songwriting session. We're just going to be working with some sounds, but really I want to talk about Reverb a little bit because there's this tool that I just started using this week. I'm going to be making an actual full tutorial video about it, but I don't make tutorial videos about software until I've used them a bunch. But it already does some stuff that that just blew me away, and so we're going to be talking about it a little bit. It's this tool called Chameleon. It's not a Logic, a stock reverb, and normally I'm fine with the stock reverbs, but in this case, I saw this. Someone recommended this tool to me, and I've been talking to the company a little bit because I think it has a lot of potential, and it's totally awesome. So Chameleon, what this plugin does, let me load it up. I'm going to load it as I normally would on a bus so I can send multiple things to the Reverb. And we'll put Chameleon. It's Chameleon 2. I guess that means there was a Chameleon 1, right? And what this plugin does is it can listen to any input, and it can create a reverb based on the reverb of what it hears. Now, I do a lot of impulse response collection. I go to cathedrals and castles and concert halls and do acoustic measurements in them. And so I just took some of my raw files from those places because I was curious on how it would do with those. And we can actually create something. Ooh, this is... We'll see. It maybe it's going to have to require a quick restart with it, but it may be that this Chameleon 2 is actually not, it needs to be in Rosetta, and I've left Rosetta. We'll see. It's been working up until I just tried to load it just now. Oof. Okay, give me a second. We're going to do, let's see. Just background for a second while I restart Logic. Perfect way to start a stream, right? Let's see. We're going to just save this real quick. Oh, it doesn't even want to let me save it. That's intense. We're going to save it as Project 3 apparently because that's the only name it'll let me save it under. Oh man, I love starting streams with rebooting Logic. I might have to mess with Rosetta for this plugin. We'll see. It's been working up until just that moment. Okay, let's see. Ooh-doo-doo. And back to Logic. Okay, cool. Okay, that's working. Hopefully you can hear me. Yeah, you can hear me still. Let's go to library. And so I just loaded in a few of the ones that I've been working on. There's this castle in the Czech Republic that has this little guard room. It's like this little domed room in it that's really echoey. Has a decent amount of sustain. It's all made out of stone. And so let's pull that on here for a second. And we're going to do a wet signal of 100%. Oh, that's on a stereo output. There we go. Let's see if this won't crash it again. Okay, good. Whoa. Like I said, what a start. Little boxy room, but kind of interesting. Having been in the room, having used the impulses in other places, this is such a good representation of that space just based off of an analysis of the sound from there. And by the way, one cool thing about synthesizers, to note is that a lot of the sound that you get with a really great synth patch is from the reverb relationship it has. I'm going to do a different one here. This is Chapel at Rodnica nad Labem, Labkowitz Palace. So we're going to use this as our sound. But we are doing a little songwriting with this, so we're going to let that reverb kind of sit in the background. We'll talk about it a little bit more, but this is the interface. It does have some basic customizations, a filter, the wet, dry, and gain, but oh my gosh, there's so much potential with being able to create a reverb patch off of any input audio signal that you have. That's cool. Let's do retro synth. I'm going to change the patch a little bit. Turn it down just a little bit. Maybe we'll make this more of the bass patch. But let's add the 8 voices of unison. Okay, we're going to use that in a minute. Add some names to these things. For this one, I'm going to use my normal electric piano. But of course, we're going to put this into the same reverb for now. Just like that. Let's turn down the bass boost. In a minute, I'll dig up a picture of that space where I captured that original impulse. So pretty. Let's get a little drum thing happening here. We're going to do, let's see, double verse. Let's see, T, J. Okay, so let's get just some really simple drums happening for a minute. We're going to change this out for the same reverb. We're going to use all of that same reverb for a minute. Intro first, but not that. Anything but that. Man, it's like, I'm having a hard time with the drummer track. When I select the header, not all of the regions get selected. That's definitely a bug of some sort. We'll do some brushwork here. Simple. No fills. Oh, let's undo all of that. Simple. No fills. Okay, I'm digging that sound a little bit. Let's see. So that reverb, let's... Okay, I like that little pattern. I need a little bit more drums, just leveled out. Just even it out a little bit. Let's get the keys. Let's see. Let's try that for a minute, and then we'll go down to that second part after. We're going to capture recording. Ooh, let's see. Is that the one? Okay, let's flatten that because we don't need all the rest. And then groove track, so that the timing's a little tighter. Nope, not a groove track for that one. That sounded off. So we'll do smart quantize and just keep it in percentage here. Let's see, just super simple. Ugh, played both. Ugh, I hate Logic sometimes. see if that's good. Let's listen to it. Okay, let's just do speed composing tonight, apparently. I didn't want that. Erg, that's annoying. Seriously, I don't remember having that one still selected, but it was apparently. Let's hear the whole thing real quick. What's up, Nick B Designs? So I will need a better transition into that second section. So I'm going to do, let's see, I want to do, I don't want to fill any other time except for that last little bar there. So we're going to do fills, but I'm going to cut that drummer up so it does a fill towards that second section. And then we're going to also make it softer because dang, that was not the volume. Let's try that. A shorter version, and then this one softer. Maybe a little bit shorter, like that fill. We might have to do something else. Not happy with that first pattern yet. What is happening? it like gets so much softer right there. And I don't know why I'm not telling it to. Let's just take it to the full bar again. Ugh. Okay, we'll do something else transition-wise too. Okay, so for those who are joining or listening, who weren't here at the very beginning, what we're doing right now is I'm doing a little songwriting, but it's in the context of this Reverb tool, which I'm exploring a little bit. The Reverb tool is called Chameleon 2. It's not a stock Logic plugin, but as far as I'm concerned, it's one of the reverbs I'm going to be using a ton of because what it can do is actually create reverbs and based off of an audio input. So say, and this is the example that I'm using, I did some recordings in some spaces, and I actually used an ambisonic microphone, but I converted it down to binaural and to stereo. It doesn't do surround sound or anything more than stereo, which maybe at some point they will, I don't know. But I loaded those files into it and it created these reverb tails. The one we're using on this song is from this chapel at the Rodnitsa Lobkowitz Palace. And it's an amazing space. It's very narrow and relatively deep, but very tall. And the sound just like travels up through this place. The actual ambisonic 360 impulses I have are really incredible from this place. But most of the time when we're doing that, we can't actually easily use those, except in certain formats. But I've converted them down, and that's the reverb tail that we're using here from this space. So if I do... just, let you hear that tail a little bit. Sounds great with synth. Oh, and actually, this is wrong. We need to, at some point, it did something. So maybe when I restarted the project at the beginning, the dry wet gain should be 100%. Because it's on a bus. Yes, that makes more sense. That's going to be I think, more controlled now. So We need something else in this section. It's a lot of mid-range lows. It's not a lot of really bright sounds here. Let's see if we can... I don't mind those Pultec emulations, but give me a nice, oh, well, yeah, we'll do it in here. It's like, give me just a nice shelf. I like that last pass. Let's see how I feel about it after I listen without playing. And this kind of thing I think is actually going to work well. Maybe better if I quantize it so that those delays happen timing-wise. So, let's see, catching up on some comments from D Carmike 00. Let's see. The Huey protocol and Logic. The Nectar works great. I love that thing. And then Danny, I'm showcasing Chameleon 2. Part of the reason why Chameleon 2 is, in my opinion, one of the best reverbs or the best reverb that I've ever used is because, say you have like a favorite record, right? Something that somebody's made that just sounds amazing and you like the reverb sound that they have on it. Well, with Chameleon, you can play, 6 seconds of that record into this thing, and it will analyze the sound and build an impulse around the sound of that thing. And so you can actually use this to be any reverb that's out there. You don't have to necessarily have the actual original reverb or know what they did. You just play a little sound of it in there, and it's going to. And you can play different parts of the song and see what it produces. It's it's not magic. It's not going to be able to just create something, but it certainly can get you really close. I'm using right now some files from a chapel in the Czech Republic that I captured, and it's like I love the long tail, the sound of the reverb, and it's I think it's working with this. And then another comment here. One of the big issues I've seen with Cubase is that it does not have a comprehensive step sequencer. I can't remember actually Cubase. I thought it had a step sequencer, but it's been a hot minute since I've used it. Okay, we're going to keep on moving because we're speed songwriting tonight. I like what we've got so far. You're going to notice, if you're watching this, how much I use the Nectar CS12, right? How much have I used it so far? I think I've hit the transport twice, and I just did the fader there once. I'm still incorporating it in, and there's things I love about it. But when I'm working as fast as I possibly can, or like fast, like I'm doing now, I'm still not to the point where I reach for that as the fastest tool. That doesn't mean I don't like the tactile part of it. It just means, certain things I'm going to be still doing with the mouse and keyboard. Oof. Whatever that is. I like that last with the 5 chord. Well, if I'm in like some version of C, I guess that's the 5 chord. Who knows what chord that was? Okay, let's flatten that thing. And I'm changing the bass, man. I gotta change it back to the default retro for a minute. Ugh. Yeah, we'll go with that. Let's see. Live loops. There's a question about if I use the live loops feature. And I think I've used it in terms of making my own music. I think I've used it exactly 0 times. There was one note I played that was a little off. Let's see. Down. Flatten. Surprised me. Let's do 2 choruses here, and the second time through I want to add a little bit of string synth. The ensemble, the ESE, one of the most underrated synths for many things. But let's put a little bit of a even that thing out just a little bit. Let's see, what do I want to do? Let's see if anything is good in that. And actually, let's do the ever so slight side chain off of the piano so that it ducks down when the piano's playing. Okay, let's listen to the whole thing for a second, see what we got to change. Okay, let's come on. Let's build a little bit of the bridge, see what the drums sound like. I can live with that. What are we doing chords now? Okay, let's try. Okay. What do we get there? Ugh. Feel like, I wonder where my buffer's at right now. Maybe I left it up. No, it's 64. But there's definitely a little lag. Something is lagging. It could be Chameleon, I don't know. But let's do... Let's just turn it on for a minute and see what we lose when we do that. I don't see anything. Oh, we lost a bus on the bass. That's weird. It's pretty, there's a little bit of a latency thing even with the low latency mode on, so I wonder if I've got some other gremlin happening. And I bet you the minute I switch that around, the bus on the live channel is the one that's going to go away. Okay. What just happened to all of my part? Flatten. Let's see. And I don't know what I was doing there with that downward piano part, but let's get some choruses joined together. And let's hear how that sounds going into the other chorus. Okay, we gotta fix a bass thing that I just heard. Looks like the aftertouch is stuck. So let's make sure it doesn't keep stuck all the way out. Okay, more gremlins. So if I'm going to do that with that bridge, I don't think I can. It's just too much. Although I wish. Let's just delete those and see. So even those ones. It was cool. Maybe if I wanted to reprogram the next chorus. timing issues creeping. So let's take this verse and put it here, and that chorus and put it here. And then we have like the full song. Oh, cancel. We have the full song form. Let's hear a little, at least from the beginning for a second. I think we're going to have to do that intro in between the chorus. But I don't want to have that weird little fill thing. I might even get rid of that at the beginning one too. I don't know. I'm not feeling it. Yeah, the more I think about it, the less I like that. Ugh. Okay, so we've had some new people join in, but a lot of people in and out of the stream. Really, I use these streams in the evening for multi-purpose because it's like this is not like the big audience draw time for Logic live streams. Although we do have some faces and some names I recognize coming back and seeing these streams over and over again. So I'm hoping that means that they're useful for some of you. But we do have some new, just normal content coming out in the next couple weeks. Got a couple videos. One of them is going to be about this Chameleon 2 because I want to do a full tutorial on it so you can see just how amazing it is. It is so cool what it can do, and I'm using it exclusively, just this one reverb on this track. And this reverb, for those who maybe weren't here at the beginning, it's from a impulse recording I made at this chapel at Rodnica nad Labem, Lobkowitz Palace in the Czech Republic countryside. I love this place. I've been there a few times now and done acoustic measurements with my students at the university. And so it's a great place. I love the sound of it, and it's really working well with some of the elements that I have in this song. And so in order to create that reverb, it was so easy. And I'm going to be doing a full video on how to use it and some of the really cool benefits of it, because there are so many things. This thing, it's called Chameleon for a reason. It does some really amazing things. I think, and let's see, we have a few people on the stream right now. If there's any questions, put them in the chat right now. I'm going to tidy up a couple things with this song before I save it. But if you have any questions about anything at all, let me know in the chat. We're going to be going probably another 2 or 3 minutes, hit the 60-minute mark. But go back, if you're just joining on, go back and watch the beginning where we were doing some other talking about that Reverb plugin, which in my opinion, I didn't know about it until about like a couple weeks ago. And it is something that I'm going to be using endlessly, like all the time. See, that's one of the ones I have to fix right there, because that transition makes no sense. What do I need to do? Sounds like the piano is doing something, but it shouldn't be. Yeah, right there. Let's get rid of whatever that is. It's a carryover from something else. Let's see if that helps. And maybe get rid of that note there. We don't need it to lead into it. Okay, let's hear what that sounds like. That's way better. Dr. Voodoo, welcome. You're going to have to it's like I feel like I should know what gas stands for. I don't know what it stands for. I should have known that. do it again there? It did. Okay, let's get rid of those. That's why I'm listening. Let's get rid of that one too. And then what is it doing here? And that one's weird because we got some ghost notes. Ugh. Anyway, I think that we're not going to worry about those right now. There's a ghost note happening for sure. Probably because I recorded it and it got cut off. Dr. Voodoo, wait till I do the other video where I explain how to use it before you decide to purchase anything. But I mean, anybody who knows, who will understand what it does is going to want it. I mean, that's just the simplest thing. The minute I heard about it and looked it up, I had gear acquisition syndrome. And so I got it. I mean, that's what happened. But wait until, because if you're like, I don't know if I'll ever use that. That's one thing. I use it for very specific purposes. One of them is with all of my impulse research that I'm doing. And it's really good for that. So, but it does so many cool things. So wait for it. Check it out. Yeah, I mean, exactly. Like perfect naming of a tool for once. Something where it's like you can just tell instantly, almost instantly what it does. Anyway, this is where we're going to end the stream. Hope this was great for everybody who's watching now or later. But more content to come in the next couple of weeks. We got a bunch of stuff we want to talk about. And we're hoping for a Logic update of some variety shortly. We'll see what that's holding for us. Anyway, peace out.